Cluck, cluck. Buck, buck, buck. Cluck. I tried to persuade the chicken to come outside, but clearly I was out of cluck. Cluck, cluck. Buck, buck, buck. Cluck.
Adventure Game, solving riddles great and small. Adventure Game,
Adventure games, he loves them all. Every day is a new quest, exploring north, south, east, and west. Point and click to find the answers that we seek. Adventure Game Geek.
Hello there, fellow adventurers! After 4 years in development, Foolish Mortals has finally been released into the mortal realm. I've been looking forward to this game ever since backing it on Kickstarter back in October 2022, and even then it looked like something special.
From Inklingwood Studios comes a merry and macabre point-and-click adventure game, Foolish Mortals.
Inklingwood Studios consists of husband and wife team David and Sophie Younger, who I first met at Adventure X in London and recently went to visit them at their studio/house.
Hi.
Hi.
So our studios is pretty much just a room in our house, but this is where we're currently making Foolish Mortals.
We play as Murphy McCallan, an auditor turned treasure hunter, who, after reading the story of Belmore Manor, goes in search of the treasure, which in auditing terms is the money missing from the Belmore Company accounts.
I've got 13 hours to find $13 million.
So the $13 million question is, does Foolish Mortals live up to expectations? Well, is this one of the most beautiful big boxes I've ever seen? The answer, of course, is yes. Before we get into the game, let's take a look inside the big box and see what goodies it contains. As you can see, it's full to bursting with all sorts of feelies that really bring the game to life. Ah, look at all this booty! It's a treasure in itself. There's even a variety of spectral scents you can smell while exploring the game's locations. The backstory revolves around Belmore Manor, which used to be the home of the three Belmore brothers and their younger sister Abigail. Abigail was engaged to marry a sailor, but before the wedding, her three brothers disappeared one by one, and when the day came, she suddenly decided to marry an officer called John Rackham. Scandalous. And so our intrepid adventurer Murphy McCallan travels to the island of Devil's Rock to investigate.
Good luck, Murphy McCallan.
Sorry, could you sound a bit more ominous? Murphy's first stop is the town of Deadnettle, which isn't the bustling port it once was when the Belmores were around. Let's break out our spectral sense and see what Deadnettle smells like. Ugh, fishy. Speaking of fish, let's talk to local fisherman Ned Kipps.
What's that you're reading?
This is Herman Melville's Moby Dick.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm struggling my way through it, to be honest. I thought it was a how-to book. I much preferred the last book I read. It was much more action-packed.
What book was that?
The Encyclopedia of Fishing Lures, 3rd edition.
This book is great, much more exciting than Moby Dick.
My name, oh yes, it's J.R. Hartley.
After meeting the locals, our first real puzzle is how to get past this alligator guarding the Spirit Queen riverboat. Maybe we could try hypnotizing it with our pocket watch.
I wondered if I could hypnotize the alligator, persuading its reptilic eyes to stare at the pendulous pocket watch, falling deeper and deeper into my trance. Then I realized the alligator was blind, and I had absolutely no powers of hypnosis whatsoever.
Well, that obviously wasn't the solution, but I love these unique responses in adventure games, rather than the generic,
"That doesn't work."
The same thing goes for descriptions when examining things.
The fisherman sat on the edge of the dock looking as content as a cat with a can of tuna, and with the same smell too. The wiry man was diligently searching the beach, looking like the awkward love child of Sherlock Holmes and a praying mantis.
The game is divided into 5 parts, including the prologue, and each part has these illustrated title cards that are reminiscent of Monkey Island 2. The objective of part 1 is to collect all the voodoo ingredients for a summoning spell, which is also a very Monkey Island thing to do. In fact, developer David is such a Mega Monkey fan, he even kept his receipt for the Curse of Monkey Island Big Box from 1997.
The receipt from,
He took us
from 1997.
From Electronics Boutique.
Yeah.
Another big influence is that game that opens in Paris in the fall. What's it called again?
It was an enigmatic statue holding a broken sword.
Oh, that's it. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Only $4.99 from W.H. Smith, or $1.99 from Oxfam. Despite the obvious influence though, Foolish Mortals is far from being a Monkey Island or Broken Sword clone, and really stands on its own merits, lovingly crafted by developers who really understand what makes a good adventure game, which is of course being able to smell it. Smells like voodoo. There are several places to visit around Devil's Rock, like the cemetery where the gravedigger explains how the island got its name.
A place where only Beelzebub himself would take the bodies that were interred in its soil. The Devil's Rock.
Sorry, could you sound a bit more ominous? Then there's Baxter's Mill, where we're introduced to the infamous chicken that caused havoc during production.
The chicken exuded an air of confidence and rebellion. I liked that in a chicken.
Anything that can go wrong with that chicken has gone wrong with that chicken. It changes size. It appeared in a completely different scene to the scene that it's meant to be in, and we still have no idea how that happened.
I bet I can get the chicken under control with some string.
I'd seen cowboys lassoing cattle at the summer rodeo before, but trying to do the same with parcel twine and a chicken would have been ridiculous.
How is that ridiculous? Lassoing a chicken is a totally logical thing to do. We'll need some chicken feathers as one of the voodoo ingredients, another being some coffin nails that I guess the gravedigger might be able to help with.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Hopefully not the guy in the coffin.
Not funny.
The voice acting in this game is fantastic, and each character's personality really shines through.
Welcome, young man, to Doubloon's Jewelry. All the riches to fill your britches.
You're lucky. There's something fishy about you, Murphy McCallan. I can smell a story on a person like rotten eggs in an egg salad.
I'm getting the spooks, boss. This church has a lot of dead people. What if they don't like us being in here?
Is that what you're worried about? Ghosts ain't real. Now hush up about it.
Voice production is by Jess Haskins and Francisco Gonzalez from Grundislav Games, who finally released Rosewater earlier this year, which I thoroughly enjoyed despite the fact that I'm really not keen on westerns.
Holy hell. Are you alright, mister?
Murphy himself is voiced by AJ Locascio, who's been in a bunch of games and TV shows and was the voice of Marty McFly in Telltale's Back to the Future.
Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
The character of Murphy grows from being an auditor out to do a job to being flung deeper and deeper into the mystery unfolding around him.
There was more to the Belmore story than I could have ever imagined. Now I was being pulled away to a job I didn't want to work, and a life I didn't want to live. Maybe it was time to do something a little foolish.
I guess that makes him a foolish mortal. Apart from the voice acting, another outstanding thing about this game is the music composed by Richard Prom, which sounds like something out of a Tim Burton movie. In addition to the main soundtrack with no less than 74 tracks, there's also many shorter pieces of music that play when you perform certain actions, like looking at this captain's license.
It was a riverboat captain's license belonging to a Captain Knott, but the space for a photograph was empty.
Maybe we could stick someone's photo in here and make it look like they're an official captain. Just an idea. If all that music wasn't enough, there's even a song called the Belmore Boogie with some pretty intense saxophoning.
know what you've done.
The remarkable thing about this song is that it's interactive, and based on what we learn about the story of the bride, the sailor, and the officer, we have to choose from these tarot cards who's the lover, the pawn, and the devil. This is at the beginning of part 2, the love antidote, and first time playing I wasn't quite prepared for this, so make sure to talk to everyone around the island who all have their own theories about what happened.
What do you think was behind the disappearance?
Well, the sailor must have found out he was being manipulated, right? Done something to get his revenge.
I think he was casting his spell on Abigail, making her fall in love with him.
They say he loved her, as true as a captain loves the sea. But she was a temptress, a siren.
The way I hear, Mr. Rackham was over the moon with her. Such an upstanding fellow. I won't have a bad word said against him.
I'm not really sure what to believe, but I think Ned's been reading too much fly fishing. Part 2 takes place inside Belmore Manor. Oh, it's really dusty in there. Here's where we get to explore more of the mansion and meet the ghosts, who are just as entertaining as the foolish mortals outside. One memorable scene is a ghostly duel between these two gentlemen competing over a deadly debutante.
I just hope it doesn't come to blows. I'd be happy to marry either of these gentlemen one day, if only I could choose between them.
If you did end up marrying one of them, would that make your name Tallulah Talagula?
That's right, and my middle name is Beulah. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Bueller. Of course, the problem with a duel between ghosts is that they're already dead.
Fire! Well?
I've been hit. Me too.
I smell a puzzle. I love the smell of a good puzzle. Here's where the game really hits its stride with a variety of puzzles that I found to be just the right amount of a challenge, without stepping into crazy moon logic territory. One of my favorites is figuring out how to get through these staircases. Without giving away the solution, it had me turning my head a few times. Perhaps the most challenging puzzle is the wedding dance, where we have to place these dance steps in a certain order to move the dancers around. One of the wedding guests looks familiar. Isn't that Peter Griffin? Not all the ghosts are at the wedding though, like the page boy Sebastian Pock, voiced by Robin Hardwidge, son of game developer Tom Hardwidge.
Haha, the look on your face.
What are you doing? Oh, you could have scared me to death.
Imagine how cool that would be.
I don't think I'd be very happy about that.
Baby.
Sebastian challenges us to a game of hide and seek.
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi,
4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Oh, where'd he go? I bet he's hiding in the trunk.
Boo!
Oh, of course it wouldn't be that easy. This is an adventure game after all. I never had to resort to the tried and tested technique of using everything on everything, and if you're really stuck, you've got a couple options to help you out. There's a dynamic hint system where Murphy will give you a nudge in the right direction after wandering around for a while.
I suspected there was someone in the house who might appreciate a drink of rum.
Another option is Murphy's Diary, which has a list of goals and gives progressive hints for each one. Apart from the in-game hints, there's a bunch of bells and whistles that make this game even more user-friendly, including a map for fast travel, hotspot indicator, and an optional recap whenever you load a game. There's a limit of 80 save slots, which sounds like a lot, but for a save scummer like me, it's never enough. Part 3 is called the Skeleton Keys, and this is where the game really opens up as both the mansion and the island become our playground, and we dive further into uncovering what happened to the 3 Belmore brothers. Maybe we'll find out more about what goes on in Baxter's Mill.
Despite the age of the mill, the buzzsaw still looked sharp and scary.
Oh, that sure is scary looking. I hope Murphy doesn't get into a life-threatening situation here. Oh, spoke too soon. There are a few times when Murphy's life is in danger, but in the tradition of LucasArts, there's no way to die.
The vine wrapped around me like a clingy ex. This one wasn't going to listen to my pleas that we should spend some time apart.
Personally, I love a good death, so I would have liked to have seen Murphy die at least once, like being buried alive by the friendly gravedigger.
Help! Help me, I'm stuck in here!
Who's saying that?
Down here! I'm inside the coffin, I need you to get me out.
You're in the coffin?
Yes!
Pull the other one.
How's he gonna get out of this one? If this was Kill Bill, he could punch his way free. It's hard to pick a favorite character from such an incredible cast, but if I had to choose, I'd have to go with the Shrunken Head.
My name, now that you're listening, is Sir Edward Teddington, or as Miss Wisp here calls me,
Shrunken Ted.
Shrunken Ted kinda reminds me of a certain talking skull called Murray.
Do you need me to help you down?
Help! I need no help from you foolish mortals. I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Part 4 is super spoilery, so I'm not gonna stick my nose in it. Woo! This one's a blast. Without giving anything away though, I'd like to have seen an alternate ending. Maybe something more like the excavation of Hobbs' Barrow. There's plenty of people and places that are hinted at which we don't get to see, such as the Carondelet Cat House.
He said he was going to the Carondelet Cat House. Goodness knows why. I'm a dog person myself.
Murphy himself also has a backstory that I'd like to know more about, and I'd love to see him sail off on more adventures.
Hello, my name's Murphy McCallan.
Hello, chum. Looking to hire a ferry?
Maybe?
Then come set sail with Crab McCready, when a ferry's really what you needy.
So, what do I think of Foolish Mortals? Well, the look on Sebastian Pock's face pretty much sums it up. For a first-time game, Foolish Mortals really is lightning in a bottle, and who knows what developers David and Sophie will dream up next. Okay, so what is it you'd like to talk about? What do you like to talk about?
Real-time strategy games?
Help! I need no help from you foolish mortals.
I said the thing! Foolish mortals! Maybe we could stick someone's photo in here. Scandalous! I said the thing! Foolish mortals! Cluck, cluck! Buck, buck, buck! Cluck! I said the thing! Foolish mortals!
Why is he still here?
I have absolutely no idea.